to your legacy. I love that part of that video. Good evening, everyone. My name is D.Brown. I'm a top producer with Mediterra and Bellator. And tonight I have the distinct pleasure of sharing what we know is the best opportunity on the planet, bar none. So prayerfully you can see me okay. It may not be that bright. I'm trying different lighting systems. But in any event, it's not about me tonight. It is all about you. I want to give a special welcome. We want to welcome everyone. We want to give an extra special welcome to our first-time viewers and listeners. You all are definitely in for a special treat, so make sure that you're in an area where you won't be distracted as we briefly go through this conversation this evening. Because trust me, you're going to want to thank the person that invited you, all right? So one of the things that you'll learn about Mediterra and Bellator is that we dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's. Everything is transparent and done above board. So we're going to start with our disclaimer. Be sure to turn your speakers up, as I have a few other very short clips to share with you throughout this brief conversation. They're going to help me drive my point home. But the first and most important is our disclaimer, and then we're going to get started. Here we go.
The information provided does not constitute financial advice, investment recommendations, or an endorsement of any investment strategy. Investment involves risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct thorough research and seek the advice of a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Any reliance on the information provided is at your own risk. We do not guarantee the accuracy or completeness of the information and disclaim any liability for any direct or consequential loss arising from any use of this content. Remember that all investments carry risk, and you should be aware of your risk tolerance and financial situation before making investment decisions. This presentation includes general information only and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. The following content is protected under copyright law. Please respect these terms to ensure compliance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, let's get this party started. If you would, very quickly, the chat is live. I like to give quick shout outs and see where people are checking in from. If you would, very quickly, just type in your city and state that you're chiming in from, and we can get this party started. Again, I just want to give a quick shout out. We should have people from all over the country, if not other areas of the world as well tonight, that are chiming in. And it's also going to help me see that my chat is live, which it is. There we go. Wow, Toronto, welcome to the call. Bermuda, welcome, welcome. Tampa, Florida. Philadelphia, I see you, Mr. Jarman. Connecticut, welcome to the call. Kentucky, Tennessee, Trinidad. Is that Trinidad? Yes. Trinidad. Okay. Mississauga, Grand Junction, Colorado, Vidalia, Georgia, North Carolina, Massachusetts, North Carolina again. Is anybody from Atlanta in the house? Somebody from Atlanta better check in, or we're not getting started tonight. Okay. Somebody better be from my city on this call tonight. North Carolina, I see you. We got North Carolina twice. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Well, listen, I know there's some folks from Atlanta. We got Texas, I see you. We're going to go ahead and get started. Detroit is in the house tonight as well. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, again, I have the distinct pleasure to share, again, what we know is the best opportunity on the planet, bar none. And that is Mediterra, Miracle Cash and More, and Bellator. So I want to start with a few quick questions. And I do this for a reason. The reason I do this is because I want you to understand that, we've been through, or some people have been through, a lot of different things in the home-based business arena. And I've been in this industry for about 40 years, or a little over 40 years, to be honest with you. And here recently, in the last 7 years or so, there's been a lot going on in the industry. A lot of opportunities to make good income, but a lot of scams as well, just to get right to the point. And a lot of rug pulls and people losing relationships in addition to losing money. Well, it is so refreshing to know that an opportunity has come about. It's not about hype. It's not about a rush to wealth, right? That's going to be here long after we're all gone. So with that being said, it's allowing us to get to another mind state, a different way of thinking. So when I pose these questions, I want you to understand whether you've been in the home-based business arena or whether you've been in the corporate side for most of your life. Most of us have not been in a position, especially the second question that I'm about to ask, to even think from this perspective. So my first question is, what if you could participate in the largest industry on the planet, bar none? Now, second question is, what if you could generate a passive income stream? I want to be clear, passive means hands off, right? You don't have to do a whole lot of work. What if you could generate a passive income stream that would outlive your grandchildren? And this is what I meant by what I just said. Most of us can't think from this perspective because we're trading hours for dollars. And you can't leave your job with your grandchildren. You can't will that to your kids, right? But I'm not a scholar in this area, but I know there's a phenomenal book out there that says a good man or woman leaves a what? Inheritance for their children's children. And inheritance is not just some change, right? And inheritance means they're set. College is paid for. I got a new car when I go to college as well. That's what we're supposed to be doing for our unborn or our born grandchildren. But again, most of us can't even fathom thinking from that perspective. But what if you could? What if you could do that? And what if you could purchase a product that would allow you to manifest question 1 and 2, purchase that product one time and get paid for it your entire life? And it's going to continue to go on for generation to generation. You can will it. You can leave it as an inheritance to your unborn and your born grandchildren, so on and so forth. What if you could do these 3 things? The first key is do you even have the eyes to see and the ears to recognize when a unicorn presents itself to you? Or have you been beat down by corporate America? Or are you so ticked off at the home-based business industry because you lost some change, whether it was change or I know, a significant amount, it could be as well. I don't count anybody's coins. But the fact of the matter is, have you been so jaded by either of those two, your job or bad experiences, that you can't even see a good opportunity when it's presented to you? So what would you do? Would you take action? Because a lot of us let Bitcoin, Tesla, Amazon manifest right in front of our eyes, watch people become financially free, then we want to jump in on the back end. But for whatever reason, I'm submitting to you tonight, and that's why I'm taking my time. It's Sunday. I'm not thinking about no Grammys, no Oscars, none of that stuff. If anything, I'm trying to position each and every one of you to be at the event, not watching it on TV every year. That's a different way of thinking, okay? See, people tell me, oh, Derek, there's a game that I don't care nothing about that game. I'm trying to help people get free. Because when I go to the game, I sit on the floor or in a box, in a skybox at the watch the Atlanta Hawks play the Atlanta Falcons here in town. But half the time, sometimes I don't even go. I let family members go because I'm helping people position themselves to stop dreaming about it and watch it on TV and come with me and let's sit on the floor and watch the game. So would you take action? It's all about mindset, right? So with that being said, I just wanted to get that out there. We're going to take our time tonight. It's Sunday. I know you got to go to work in the morning, but we're going to make sure that we make this plain for you tonight. So what we're doing is we're converging 2 worlds. That's the real world and the digital economy. That merger is that convergence rather, is being done by the Miracle Bridge. That bridge, the Miracle Bridge, has been created by Miracle Cash and more. We'll get into that in a moment, but here's the powerful part. This convergence is being done with clear governance. That means regulated and legal oversight. This convergence is being done through a technology that's the biggest and most important invention of our lifetime. That's the blockchain. Here's the most powerful part. We actually own and operate our own blockchain. Then the community is not only being done for the people, but the power of this convergence is being done by the people as well. It's a people power growth system. And that means you and I. And then we also benefit tremendously for being part of the engine to help that growth take place. So in addition to that, there's a new term that you need to become familiar with. It's called real world assets, RWA. Because a lot of these so-called opportunities that you hear about whatever technology they're referring to is only good within their own little ecosystem. No, what you're hearing about has a real world utility, and that real world utility is backed by real world assets, oil, energy, so on and so forth. So just like you see this building growing from the ground up, what's the foundation of the opportunity? These are some of the questions we need to ask up front before we went through some of the rug pulls and the other mess that we've been through. Well, the foundation of this convergence that's being done by that miracle bridge is Metaterra Holdings, which is our corporate structure. So we're moving, listen to this, it's very powerful. We're moving beyond unregulated crypto projects. We're done with the rug pulls. We're done with the not that we've ever been a scam, but we're done with the scams and all the crazy things out there. Here's what moving beyond unregulated crypto projects does. You got to understand, we're built on a foundation of corporate accountability. Ladies and gentlemen, we're publicly traded. We're waiting for our ticker symbol any moment this week. Any moment. I'll get into this in a minute as well. The chairman of our board is eagerly waiting to get to one of our corporate offices, which is in Cyprus, but he's staying in New York because those ticker symbols are being announced any moment starting from Monday morning, tomorrow morning. So what does that NASDAQ listing do for us? It provides accountability. Remember I told you there's governance in place, right? So that's strategic oversight and transparency out the wazoo. It doesn't get any better than that. So professional oversight of all the ecosystems moving parts within our companies, right? Who is all this being spearheaded by? Who's behind this phenomenal, this thing sounds phenomenal, Derek. Well, who's behind it? Well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, we have world-class leadership from an executive level, right? The corporate side is being spearheaded by our fearless CEO, Mr. Hakan Toran. This is him here. As you can see, he's a blockchain strategist. Then we have the head of EU, which is Mr. Coach. We have the head of legal, Mr. Bachi, and the head of finance, which is Mr. Yilmaz. We have a website I'm going to share with you where you can get all the information on them in detail, okay? But then we have an advisory board that's being spearheaded by our chairman of our board, Mr. Douglas Anderson, who I was just referring to, who's patiently awaiting in New York because that ticker symbol is coming out. Ticker symbol is coming out any moment. Any moment. So what Mr. Anderson has done, the chairman of our board, right? So we have world-class leadership from an advisory side as well. Mr. Anderson has brought along the super friends, and I'm going to highlight a few of our board members to you. Because again, it's very important for you to understand who is behind this ecosystem. All right. So, Mr. Stephen Moore. Mr. Moore is a globally recognized economist. This is where I take my time. Globally recognized economist that actually advises political structures such as our current campaign. Right. I don't get into politics. However, the fact of the matter is, Mr. Moore was offered the opportunity to be chairman of the Federal Reserve. Right, very recently, and he respectfully declined. So here's a hint, clue for you. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, for our new members, all this information is specifically and especially for you. So I'm going to let you know when it's something you need to really, that bell needs to go off, right? He said no to the offer of being chairman of the Federal Reserve, but said yes to the opportunity to be on our board. Hint, clue. We have Mr. John Baer. Mr. John Baer is an international business leader, Wall Street veteran, but more importantly, he's the reason why Google is able to stream from a technological standpoint. Mr. Baer is the reason why Netflix is able to stream. Mr. Baer is the reason why you and I have a cell phone. Are you kidding me? He's a board member with our company. Then we have Mr. Stephen Norris. Mr. Norris is a co-founder of the Marriott Group, the Marriott Hotels. Mr. Norris is a co-founder of the Carlyle Group. Yes, I said the Carlyle Group, a $477 billion fund. Mr. Norris also advises the kings in Saudi Arabia. And you're going to see where that ties together with one of the largest tokenization deals that have ever been done in the world, how it's being done right through our actual company. All right? Several other accolades I can go on about Mr. Norris. But then we have Mr. Fernando Vitisola, who's a senator in Mexico, has dual citizenship there and here in the U.S. Absolutely phenomenal cross-border trade expert. We have Miss Monica Profit. Miss Profit is so bad when it comes to blockchain governance. She's written her own book. If you need to know more about cryptocurrency and the blockchain, I suggest that you get this book that was done by Miss Profit, and she's a board member of our company. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that the level of individuals that we have on our board within itself lets you know that you're probably looking at a unicorn, right? So I usually ask this up front or make the statement. I want you to make sure that we do something right now, that we just lay our egos aside for a moment, right? Because a lot of people assume what they're about to hear. Well, I'm going to submit to you right now, when I ask that we put our egos to the side just for this conversation, and it'll be right there waiting on you. You can go back and get it, trust me. But let's put on our business hats. Because if you've never seen a full overview on Mediterra and Bellator, then you've never seen what you're about to witness, period. I want to make this clear for you. This isn't some trading bot where you put $500 in it or $1,000 or what have you, and it's going to trade your money automatically, right? Some bot, and in 90 days you're going to be a millionaire. No, in 90 days the company's not going to be around. And ask me how I know. We can have an offline conversation on that, right? You need to understand, and I'm going to share this with you up front. I have several friends that trade. Several. Most I trade. I don't anymore because of what you're about to see. I don't have to. But what you're about to witness has nothing to do with reading charts. Nothing against that. Or it's affected if the market drops or if the market goes up. No, we're on the right side of money. Listen to me closely. We're on the transactional side of money. I'm going to make that super clear as we go through this conversation. As I told you, we're going to be brief. But this video, and I told you we have a few short clips that I'm going to show you tonight that are going to drive home my point. This one, I want you to make sure that you turn your speakers up because it's going to give you key insight into why this is a true opportunity for you and for me to build legacies for our family for generations to come. Here we go.
Dear Bellator family, we wanted to share some key insights to help you better understand the true value of the opportunity you are part of, the foundation of Miracle Cash and more. Miracle Cash and more began its journey in 2017 with a clear vision to become a global fintech powerhouse, not just a traditional bank. Our starting point was the development of a core banking system, also known as a switch in the financial industry. This system consists of millions of lines of code. It took 3 years and over $5 million to develop. We built a mid-level core banking system from the ground up. Why is this significant? Because we own the technology. We are not leasing or dependent on third parties, which saves costs and provides flexibility. When you invest your time in a company, that company should deserve your time and effort by providing real sustainable value. What has the company invested to create an opportunity for you? Who is the actual customer? If it's just you, then it's not a real business. It's a cycle destined to fail. Most crypto MLMs have failed because they start with a compensation plan and then pick a product that fits. Their focus isn't on solving real-world problems, but on making quick money. That's not sustainable. Miracle Cash and More is not an MLM. It's a fintech company offering real services to merchants. Bellator is the marketing arm designed to help expand Miracle's reach. This gives us the best of both worlds. A company with real products and services. A network marketing structure to help spread the word and reward those who grow the network.
Absolutely phenomenal. So with that, we're talking about the bridge, right? That's doing the convergence of two worlds, the real world and the digital economy. That's being done by the Miracle Bridge through Miracle Cash and More. Now, Miracle Cash and More is an 8-year-old rock-solid company, hundreds of employees, over 90 million already invested, fully licensed and insured. Remember, I talked about governance, super important. Highly regulated. We have physical brick and mortar stores around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a screenshot of our first one that opened up in Amsterdam. Phone number and address is right there. What I want to bring your attention to is this brain. I know the image is a little small, but you see this brain, and right above it, it says banking core. It's also called a switch. Well, what you need to understand is that our entire ecosystem is tethered to and operated by this brain, the banking core, or the switch. Well, the reason why that's super significant is because the only entity outside of Miracle Cash and More that owns a banking core is the central banks. Do your research. This is why over 90 million was invested, right? So with that, the global presence that we already have is significant. And I'm talking brick and mortar stores already around the world. These are some pictures right here of the front of some of the other ones around the world. And then we have some pictures of the insides of them as well. Now you can go on any type of currency, check, cash, credit card, and you can purchase any type of crypto around the world. That's powerful, isn't it? But you can do the reverse as well. You can go on with any type of crypto in the world and convert it into fiat. And that's what a lot of crypto holders are looking for. But it gets even deeper than that. It's way deeper than us having physical locations. And this video is going to give you clarity on why we built our own banking core or switch and prove to you why we have a competitive edge. As a matter of fact, we really have no competition. You'll see why in watching this short clip. Here we go.
We built our own switch. No third-party licensing required. Handles crypto transactions directly with customizable merchant admin panels. Offers higher APRs than traditional banks, making us the crypto bank for merchants. Secure and efficient transaction management. Continuous updates to benefit both customers and merchants.
All right, this is why I have to pause it for a moment because I know these words are flashing super quickly on your screen. I want you to read this one with me. It says a huge victory because of who we are and what we offer. We have secured 4 contracts with 4 of the largest POS device companies in the world. What are those 4 companies? Ingenico, Pax, Verifone, and NCR. If you don't know what a POS device is, whenever you tap, swipe, or insert your card to purchase your groceries at the grocery store, or get your dry cleanings, or pay for your gas, and then you have to put your little 4-digit PIN in, that little machine is a point of sales device. Ladies and gentlemen, look at your screen again. We're not trying to find. We have secured 4 contracts with 4 of the largest POS device companies in the world. Already done. So pay close attention to the final words that are being spoken because it's all going to relate to that fact. And I'm going to drive it home because that represents something that you're going to see in this video clip right now. That represents over 100 million merchants that we already have contracted. Listen, pay close attention. Here we go.
These companies represent over 100 million active accounts, and our technology is installed in all of these machines. This is a huge victory and a clear sign that we are leading the way in the industry. This is why it takes time to be the best. Building something of this magnitude isn't easy. It requires patience, dedication, and relentless hard work. But the results speak for themselves.
Absolutely phenomenal again. So, as you saw, the 4 largest POS device companies in the world already contracted. Ingenico, Pax, NCR, and Verifone. That represents 100 million merchant devices globally, okay, that are already contracted. As a matter of fact, I don't like to talk about it. I like to show and prove. So this is Ingenico's website, okay? This isn't our website. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. They're in 120 countries worldwide, but they have 40 million terminals deployed worldwide. As a matter of fact, when you go to their website and you go to the Partner Solutions Gallery, you'll see that we're already slated. Our technology is called Miracle Pay, created by Miracle Cash and more. And it is truly a miracle, ladies and gentlemen, because we're already slated on Ingenico's webpage to be the go-to technology for those 40 million terminals or the 40 million businesses that those terminals are in to be able to accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. Are you kidding me? So what we have here is our CEO of our marketing arm, Bellator, unboxing a brand new Ingenico terminal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention where our technology is located. Take a look at this.
Hey everyone, take a look at this. We just got a few of these machines shipped to us. It's the new Ingenico machine. And then when we turned it on, look at that. Look at that. How amazing is that? We're literally preloaded, not in the App Store, but actually on the device itself. You hit that, there you go. Isn't that incredible? Wow.
Wow is right. So I'm going to make you chuckle. I promise you I'm going to make you chuckle, right? The next time you are in a store buying your groceries, the next time you're about to tap, swipe, and search your card, or even tap your phone and use Apple Pay for anything, I want you to pay close attention to the POS device. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if you're in your bank, and if you got to tap your card for something, the POS device, it doesn't matter if you're in Walmart. It doesn't matter if you're in Home Depot. These are pretty big companies, right? What you need to understand is they don't even own their own financial rails. I'm going to prove it to you. Pay attention to the terminal and look at the top portion of it. If you're in, like we have a grocery store here in Atlanta called Publix. If you're in Publix getting your groceries, guess what? The terminal's not going to say Publix. It's going to say Ingenico. And you're going to chuckle to yourself. You're going to say that little fat guy was right. He was telling the truth. Yes, if you're in your bank and you have to swipe your card for something, the banks don't even own their own financial rails. Ingenico, Pax, NCR, and Verifone do. And we already have those four companies contracted. It's going to start clicking. So now, remember, your first aha moment was just shared with you. Your first aha moment is the fact that we have a technology that allows businesses around the world to now be able to accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. Are you kidding me? There are hundreds of millions of people around the world that are now acquiring crypto. Governments are acquiring crypto. Wall Street is acquiring crypto. Everybody's acquiring crypto. The problem is it's not a ready available system in place to allow you to be able to use it for your everyday purchases until now. So that's your first aha moment. I'm going to go ahead and give you your second aha moment right now. Your second aha moment is now you've learned about our technology through Miracle Cash and more, right? Well, now you're about to hear about our marketing arm that is the global access to allow individuals around the world to have access to the technology. It's the gateway. Bellator, our marketing arm, is the gateway to the technology that Miracle Cash and more has created. Does that make sense? So you need to understand this. You and I can now have an opportunity to earn from sharing this technology with people. And when they purchase it, there's something called a direct sale commission. See, because we share information anyway, we do it naturally. We just don't get paid for it. You see a good movie, you go right back to work, stand at the water cooler, and tell everybody about that movie. Guess what? Me and my family went to go see it. I got a big family. By the time we paid for tickets, popcorn, and seats, well, tickets and seats is the same thing, but you get my point. I easily spent $250, $300. Easy. But Paramount didn't pay you a dime. But we do this throughout our entire lives. Ladies found out about a good shoe sale. They sell it. They share it with their friends or co-workers. They go catch the sale Buy some shoes. The next time you go back to the store, ladies, the manager or the sales agent doesn't even let you know that your people came through there and bought some shoes. We naturally share good stuff with people. We just don't get paid for it. Why not get paid for sharing a unicorn with people? You're going to see why it makes sense in a moment. So you can earn for doing that, right? Team building and leadership development that we provide, as well as training. But here's the insane part. You can start with no money. I didn't. You see it on the screen. I'm reading just like you are. It says you can start with no money, only effort and learning. Are you kidding me? You mean you just put in a little bit of effort and you could actually get paid for sharing something? What if you could have shared, Amazon, Tesla, Bitcoin, or Facebook like we did share with people, share with our friends, but we didn't make no money. Remember, this is a people-powered growth engine ecosystem. I want you to not forget that it's a people-powered growth engine ecosystem, and it has its own corporate structure as well. This is the marketing arm of Mediterra, okay? The executive leadership is our CEO, Mr. Michael Thea. Then we have our we have our founder and vice president, Ray Vidrio, our president, Mr. Pulvermuller, and director of operations, Ms. Radlin. So it has its own corporate structure. It's like the sun, moon, and stars have been lined up. Remember when I told you all the I's have been dotted, all the T's have been crossed? Remember when I told you about governance? This has been put in place in the proper perspective. Here's the scary thing about it. Bellator, ladies and gentlemen, is only a year old. We're like a year and 3 months old. It's like a big baby in diapers. I call it Baby Huey. But you know what's exciting about that? Because it's connected to Miracle Cash and more. It's got the strength of an 8-year-old company, rock solid. So those of you that know, if you know, you know from a marketing perspective, the best time to catch a unicorn like this is when? In the beginning. So I'd like to say we're ground floor opportunity, but we're not ground floor. Just like you're just hearing about it, everybody in your sphere hadn't heard about it yet, and it can come through you. Think about that. So we have a phenomenal compensation plan that I'm not even going to touch on tonight. You know why? Because I'm going to share with you what you can earn from the nodes, and that's going to keep you up tonight. You're going to go to work with your eyes red, trust me, because if you don't get excited about what I'm about to show you, and I'm going to tell you right now, if your head doesn't light on fire, your wood has got to be wet. I'm just telling you straight up. I'm just going to share what you can earn from this technology, because listen to me closely. The majority of the people that get involved with Bellator and Mediterra want to do it from a passive perspective. I want you to understand that. Now, if you have the heart condition to share, we have people that are changing their zip code, right? with Bellator, and again, it's just a year old, right? So with that being said, no attrition is what made me make my final decision. As a quote-unquote full-time professional in this space, when I saw that Bellator has deviated or changed a global statistic in this industry, let me break it down for you. There's a statistic that says over 95% of the people that participate in a home-based business opportunity will fail from a financial perspective. I won't get into the why that happens tonight, but it is a global fact. When I saw that Bellator is taking that global statistic of a 95+% financial failure rate, flipped it to a 100% win rate, meaning 100% of the people, 100% of the time, listen close, that plug into Bellator and acquire the technology will succeed financially. That's mind-blowing. So you could have 2 people in your organization that you share with, you could have 0, or you could have 20,000. If all 20,000 of them left, listen to me closely, it won't affect your income by 1 red cent. You know why? We're not getting paid from people. We're not getting paid from bringing them in, bugging your friends and family members. We're getting paid from a technology that's totally hands-off, that's being operated by the most transparent, fair system in the world, the blockchain, our own blockchain. So there's no human intervention that can interfere. The greed factor can't kick in. Nobody can get in there and run off with the money because it's all on the blockchain and tethered to a smart contract. And I already shared the individuals who are behind this phenomenal ecosystem with you. Again, it's like the sun, moon, and stars have lined up. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, this is mind blowing. So the technology that we're talking about, here's your second aha moment. Give you a heads up, are our CPU nodes. These CPU nodes is the software that I've been talking about that you can purchase one time and it pays you for life. So what does it do? These nodes, this technology validates transactions on the network. Anytime crypto is moved in any direction or bought or sold, it has to be validated through nodes. It's almost like having a toll booth on the blockchain superhighway, right? And your node is getting paid. We're getting paid evenly. So just because I have my nodes for several months before you, and you just get yours tonight, it doesn't mean that I'm going to earn more than you. I'm telling you, Bellator has leveled the playing field. All the games are over. There's no time to play anymore. I'm letting you know straight up, there is nothing on the planet that can allow you just to step in, right? You'll be able to earn as you learn, but not talk to a soul, but earn a continual residual passive stream of income. Are you kidding me? So we're paid through our Phoenix token. This is our native token. It's the gas for our entire ecosystem, right? And what I want you to understand is you're paid all throughout the day. So it's not like you wait till Friday to get paid, because remember, we're on the right side of money, which is what? Transactions. Transactions are being done as we speak, right? So guess what? Everybody has a node. They're getting paid as I speak. I want you to think about that. You don't have to teach anybody to go pump their gas. You don't have to teach anybody to go get some groceries. You don't have to teach anybody to stop and get breakfast in the morning. You don't have to teach anybody to go pay for their lunch and swipe their card tomorrow. Millions of people. There's no learning curve. There's a very wealthy gentleman that said, if you and I, don't figure out a way to earn income while we sleep, we will work until we die. And one thing I know for sure, we weren't created for that. So this is why I ask that people open up their mind. I don't care what you do. I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what your profession is. You could be a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, professional athlete. The fact of the matter is we all have to position ourselves to be able to earn passively. So my next question to you is are you earning cryptocurrency daily and not by your own efforts, not by reading some charts? Listen to me, guys. Again, I don't knock trading, but not by getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning to catch the London session. Are you kidding me? Those days are over for me. Are you earning cryptocurrency daily from a passive perspective? And I ask you this question to you, whether you're a full-time trader, right, and you're doing phenomenally well, or you purchase cryptocurrency from a speculative perspective, hoping it's going to increase in value. I get this cryptocurrency and I sit on it, hoping it's going to go up, right? Or if you've never heard of the blockchain of cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I have nothing but facts to give you through this conversation. You need to understand, regardless of who you are, where you sit, you have to understand, we're not on the way to a digital society. No, sir, no, ma'am. We're in a digital society right now. So the smart thing to do is get ahead of the curve. And I'm sharing with you right now how you can do so. And potentially, if you're coachable and teachable and understanding business, timing is everything, ride this wave to your financial freedom. Because if not, you're going to get slapped by it either way, because we're in a digital society. So this short clip that I'm about to share is a gentleman who's not affiliated with us, but he very eloquently explains exactly what a node does. See, I want you to kind of understand what it does, but let me share something with you. I want people to stop doing something called intelligence on ice. I want you, and I'm going to say this before you make the mistake of doing this and saying it to the person that invited you. Because you're getting ready to get, I know for a fact, because this is my job tonight, I'm going to give you enough information. We're going to wrap up in a minute because I got to show you some numbers, right? I got to tune into your favorite radio station, WIFM. What's in it for me, Derek? I'm getting there. But we have to stop doing something, as I said, called intelligence on ice. Somebody this conversation will end. And oh, I forgot to say this first. I'm sorry. What my responsibility is tonight is to give you enough information right now in this conversation to allow you to be able to make an educated decision to assume an equity position tonight. Not next week, not next month, tonight. I'm telling you right now, that's my job. That's my purpose. Because I just shared with you, you can leave your wallet in your purse, in your car, or whatever. I said assume an equity position, right? So with that being said, we have to stop being intelligence on ice. What does that mean, Derek? That means this is over and you'll tell the person that invited you, I need to dig into this a little more. I need to get some more information. Are you kidding me? Especially after I show you what I'm about to share with you. The smart thing to do would be, and I'm not saying, sometimes I got to watch my mouth, but I don't have to, the game's over. I'm going to be honest with you. Really, I've made a shift, and because being nice sometimes can let people stay broke. Whether they're mentally broke, see, they could have finances, but they're mentally broke. Something happens and that money is affected, or the ability for you to get it, and you're in a whole nother state financially, right? Intelligence on ice is when you think you need to figure everything out before you assume an equity position. And thinking like that will keep you broke. This is a little training I'm almost throwing here now. Mindset training. Because when you step on that airplane, you peek in that cockpit and you just wave at the pilot and go sit down, don't you? You don't go in there and ask him, how does this huge metal bird run down the runway at top speed, fast enough to break the pull of gravity, and then what allows it to thrust up to 30,000 feet, get to that altitude, and then cruise for hours to my destination before descending to land. I need to know exactly how that's done before I get on this plane. You don't do that. You didn't ask what the exact ingredients were in that Coca-Cola before you drank it at dinner tonight. You didn't do none of that. But when a good friend, family member, or coworker is sharing something with you that could potentially set you free, we want to become intelligence on ice. We think we need to figure everything out. No, what I teach people, guys, I'm sorry, this trainer moment hit me is for somebody. I teach people going by what you were taught is what will keep you broke. Ready, aim, fire. No, reverse everything you were taught. You fire first, meaning you get position. And then now that you're positioned, now you can aim and get laser beam focused and get the understanding, get the learning and the knowledge. And now you're ready to show somebody else how to fire, get position, aim, get laser beam focused, and earn as you learn. And now they're ready to do the same. I'll give you that one for free. I digress. Let me play this clip. As I said, this gentleman isn't affiliated with us, but he very eloquently explains exactly what a node does. Here we go.
Did make millions of dollars in crypto, but I don't trade crypto and I don't buy crypto. I make it. So I started making Bitcoin at $220. That in itself is crazy. We started mining Bitcoin. We were making a lot of money. We were like, man, if Bitcoin ever gets to $10,000, we're going to be rich. This guy that was mentoring me, he was worth $100 million. I became one of his top guys. And at that time, I didn't know anybody worth that kind of money. It just sounds preposterous to the average person. For the next 7 years, I learned software instead of hardware mining. So when you mine Bitcoin, you have a physical piece of machine. You plug it into the network. It confirms transactions. You make Bitcoin. On the platform that we launched, which was a company called Gala Games, we worked with Snoop, the death row chain that Snoop gave me. Kind of crazy. And instead of hardware, we had software. So these software nodes will confirm transactions on the blockchain. Every time you buy something on that blockchain, sell something, move some money back and forth, there's a fee. That fee goes up in the cloud and is split evenly between the node owners. So that very first blockchain that we launched, I only put 15,000 in. And for 2.5 years, those nodes just confirmed transactions. I had about 17 million tokens in my wallet. I watched it go from less than a penny to 5 cents, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 84 cents in a matter of like 5 months. So I went from $11,000 in software nodes to having over 11.4 million liquid currency.
From 11,000 in software nodes to 11.4 million in liquid currency in 5 months with a game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gaming as part of our ecosystem. We're talking about a technology that's for the entire world, right? So now, let's see exactly how we get paid from these nodes. Understand, first and foremost, there's an 80-20 split when it comes to the purchase of a CPU node. So I'm about to give you what's called breaking it down to the ridiculous, right? So understand that I already showed you and proved to you. As a matter of fact, tonight, I proved to you already we have 100 million merchants globally under contract, right? But I know we probably have somebody here from the Show Me state. Let me pull this up very quickly and show you, first of all, this is our corporate website. No, this isn't our corporate website. This is our CEO's website, Mr. Hakan Toran. That's Mr. Toran right there. You can learn all about our ecosystem by going to that website. This is our corporate website, Metaterra.com. Very quickly, I want you to hear this quick message from him, but I want you to see that we're located, our corporate office from Metaterra is at 45 Rockefeller Plaza, right in the heart of the financial district, right off of Wall Street, okay? And as a matter of fact, here's a quick, let's see, I think it's right here, quick message from our CEO. This is about 3 seconds. Then I'm going to break these numbers down for you. Here we go.
Hi there. Today I'm happy to announce the establishment of Metaterra. We have finally consolidated all our projects, all our businesses under the Metaterra umbrella. We have signed a concrete agreement with Wall Street Capital Partners. Together, we are bringing this to the second level. Our vision has finally been executed. We are ready.
Yes, we are. And just so you can also see while I'm on this page, I'm getting to the numbers, guys. As I told you, I'm taking my time tonight. We don't have an elevator pitch for something this big. You know, and I tell people if you don't have at least an hour to invest in hearing about something that could change your life for generations, then it may not be for you. I just have to be that for you. So on the leadership page, you can see all about our fearless CEO, Mr. Hakan Toran. Of course, I'm not going to read all that, but just so you can see that it's there. The gentleman that I spoke about earlier in the corporate office, head of legal, head of EU, head of finance, our advisory board, all about Mr. Douglas Anderson, right, chairman of our board, and the super friends that he's brought along, each one of them. It's right here, everything you need to know about, right? So now, what I wanted to do is show you, number one, we have a contract with who? NCR. Well, NCR, I already showed you in Genico, NCR has Walmart, Target, Cisco, any of these companies look familiar? Home Depot? Are you kidding me? Shell, BP? Do any of these companies look familiar to you? As I told you, we already have them contracted. Well, that's NCR's website. Let's look at PAX. Ladies and gentlemen, PAX has over 100, okay, let's see. Boom, 110 million devices globally themselves. We have PAX contract, okay? And I deleted the last one, NCR, by mistake. So you can go check out NCR yourself. But let me get back to these numbers so we can get ready to get wrapped up. So what I want you to understand, I wanted to prove that we have way over 100 million. Now, here's the funny part. These 100 million merchants globally under contract, this doesn't include the fact that we have the 5th largest airport in the world already contracted. It doesn't include the fact that we have Shopify. Yes, Shopify already contracted to be the go-to technology for Shopify business users to be able to accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. And this 100 million merchants globally under contract does not include the fact that the largest airport in the world is being built in Bucharest with a smart city being built around it. We're already slated not only to be the go-to technology to allow the airport and the smart city to be able to accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment, but we're also tokenizing the whole project. I'm going to get to that in a moment. 100 million merchants globally under contract. I'm going to break this down to the ridiculous and it's simple math, okay? Now, we're going to just say that we only have 2% of the 100 million. Remember, I told you I'm going to break it down to the ridiculous. So when you start getting paid from your node, you're pleasantly surprised, all right? Now, that brings it down to 2 million merchants, right? That's ridiculous. 2% out of 100 million? Are you kidding me? So that's 2 million merchants. Now we're going to say there are only 2 crypto transactions that average $100 a piece that are being done a day. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings it to 400 million that day, that one day in merchant sales. Are y'all rolling with me? Simple math. Miracle Pay only charges a 2% transaction fee. MasterCard, Visa, American Express. The list goes on and on. They charge 4, 5, 6% plus a 10-cent transaction fee. We only charge a flat 2%. Big difference. That brings us to $8 million in revenue to the company that day. Just that one day, right? So now, let's see what you and I would eat off of that $8 million in this ridiculously low example. Remember, 30% is paid out to the note owners. That's you and I. Well, that takes it to $2.4 million that day, right? 80-20 split, 80% goes to you and I as note owners, 20% goes to the compensation program. So if you're sharing with others, you're double dipping in a sense. That's 210,000 nodes that are being made available, and that's about to expire in a few days. We have other nodes, but we're about to hit that 210,000 mark in a few days, actually, right? So that brings it to $11.42. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $4,171 a year. And remember, you invested, you purchased the technology one time, $1,200 fee or cost. You purchased the technology one time, and in this ridiculously low example, $4,171 a year. Are you kidding me? Well, let's see what would happen if we only got 10% of the 100 million. Are you kidding me? Same mathematical equation. So 100 million merchants, now we're saying we got 10%. That's 10 million merchants. Are you with me? 2 sales a day that average $100. That's 2 billion in merchant sales in a day. Miracle charge 2%. That's now 40 million in revenue a day. Are y'all with me? Take a screenshot, do what you got to do, is simple math. And remember, this is an assumption. I'm breaking it down to the ridiculous, because out of that 40 million, now 30% being paid out to the node owners takes it to 12 million a day. Are you with me? 80-20 split, 210 nodes available. That breaks it down to $45.71 every single day. $45.71 a day, 12 months a year. In a year, that's $16,685. Ladies and gentlemen, that's in addition to whatever else you're doing. Maybe you don't have to work an extra 4 hours a night, be away from your family now. Maybe you don't have to drive Uber or Lyft in the evening, ducking around trying to make extra change. That's absolutely phenomenal. Now, here's why the person that shared this with you was excited. Because this is the CPU node. It'll be right in your back office on your world-class level website. You see one CPU node is what? I just told you, $1,200. But right now, for a few short days, when you purchase one CPU node, they have the audacity to give you another CPU node free as a gift, and you're considered a founding member. Are you kidding me? So let's do some basic math very quickly. 16,685, right, times 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that equals a little over $33,000 passively, residually, and annually, in addition to whatever else you're doing. Now, if you showed this to somebody like me, I'm not just going to get one of them. If I was on here tonight for the first time, I'd get a minimum of 5, especially when you told me I can get 1 for 1. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, if I bought 5 of them, I'm actually getting how many? 10. Because I'm getting a free one with each one. Well, what's that same number, 16,685 times 10? That's $166,000 passively, annually, and residually to your household, just for you having the business acumen to acquire a node. There's not a lot of back and forth to do on this, right? What I want to do now is I want to show you how Metaterra is taking it to the next level, because that is the technology, the node that allows us to purchase it and continue to get paid for life. That node, you can pass that node, it's going to get paid forever. You don't have to get up at 3 in the morning and make sure it's still running. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. You don't have to pay a fee to get in the business. Just get the free link, sign up, and go buy your node. Are you kidding me? But it's going another step further now. If you don't know about this particular real world asset or what's happening with everything around the world, everything is about to be what's called tokenized, or tokenization is what you want to ask ChatGPT about. tonight when you're doing your due diligence, all right? So tokenization, the way it works is I've got a Picasso painting on my wall in my office, right? Well, I can offer you fractional ownership in that Picasso. Literally, I can offer everybody fractional ownership in my Picasso. You know what the powerful part is? I still have possession of the Picasso. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, turn your speakers up and pay close attention, because I told you earlier that one of our board members, Mr. Norris, advises the kings in Saudi Arabia. What is Saudi Arabia known for? So you're about to witness one of our real world assets, and this is live right now. Pay close attention, then I'll make it plain for you, and we'll get ready to wrap up. But I got to finish these numbers and show you what you can earn potentially passively. If you understand in business, timing is everything. Here we go.
We hear it all the
Uh-oh, I jumped past it. Sorry about that.
We hear it all the time. The investment world is complicated. Stocks are confusing. Commodities are complex. And the Forex market, it's a maze. It's time to end the chaos. Introducing Project X. Let's look closer at the ultimate gateway bridging Wall Street and Web 3. Project X isn't just a product, it's your key to the future. At its core lies the power of Wall Street capital asset strategies. Here is the huge news. A $12 billion deal has already been signed. This unlocks approximately $25 million a year flowing directly back to Project X holders. But we are just getting started. A colossal $60 billion deal is already on the way. Once signed, this is projected to add another $125 million to the community pool. The potential here is limitless. Plus, the project is powered by Metaterra's robust real-world assets, RWA, with massive backing from the oil and energy sectors. The rewards? Project X holders enjoy a $2 daily payout. That means $730 a year, guaranteed. And don't forget, you earn a $250 direct commission on every single NFT sale you make. For the first 10 days only, prices are slashed. Single NFT, just $1,300, down from $1,600. Starter pack, 3 NFTs, $3,600. Bonus pack, buy 5, get 1 free for $6,000. Whale pack, buy 25, get 7 free for $30,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me break this down for you. These are the Project X nodes that you heard about that allow you and I access now to a field that we may have never maybe had access to, and that's the oil and the energy sector, right? So now, having a Project X node, first of all, allows you to participate. For every Project X node you have, you're getting a piece of the first deal was $12 billion. It's already been inked. That puts $25 million into a community pool for Project X node holders. You with me? So now you're getting $2 a day. You heard it say $2 a day, but it's not $2 a day. It's $2 worth of Phoenix token a day. $2 worth of Phoenix token a day will allow you, there's an 80-20 split, it comes out to about $1.60. But what you need to understand, let me give you one example. If you would have had our commission, everything is paid in Phoenix token. So if you would have had 10,000, say, in commission last January and let it sit to this January, just 12 months, 10,000 worth of Phoenix token, 12 months later would have been worth 80,000. So it had an 800% increase in the last 12 months. What do you think is going to happen in the next 12 months with our Phoenix token with us adding Project X and several other things that are happening right now. Right? So I'm going to hit you quick. Pay attention. So now you're earning $2 a day worth of Phoenix token, $1.60 with the 80-20 split. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, if you got the single Project X node for $1,300, that's going to go up to $1,600 in the next few days as well, because that's the original price. So I would suggest if you want to get one, you want to get it ASAP. But you can save money if you got 3 of them for $3,600. Or you could get the 5-pack for $6,000, and then they got the nerve to throw in a Project X node in free. Or for our whales, you can get 25 Project X nodes for $30,000, and they got the nerve to throw in 7 more Project X nodes free. But whatever you decide to get, and however many of them you decide to purchase, you're going to receive 100% of that initial purchase back in 18 months. Are you kidding me? So whatever you outlaid initially, you're guaranteed to get an ROI on that in 18 months, in addition to the Phoenix token that you're earning. And you're going to get a balloon payment within that first 18-month span, right? In addition to that, when the $60 billion deal, yes, $60 billion deal is closed, it's going to put in another $125 million into the community pool for Project X node holders only. So that's $150 million now in the pool just for people who have these Project X nodes. Not only, so you've received your initial outlay back, you're good. You got a balloon payment, you're earning $2 a Phoenix a day, and you're going to get another balloon payment from the $60 billion deal being closed, and it's going to get better than that. There are more projects that are being added to the queue on our tokenization projects. The world has been looking for what we have, and they're coming out of the woodworks, ladies and gentlemen. So in addition to that, you're going to be locked in for life at a 6% rate for all the future project tokenization projects as well. Are you kidding me? Now, I got to move on, because in addition to that, we just launched some pre-IPO packages. Ladies and gentlemen, listen when I tell you. Let me make sure I click the right one here. These pre-IPO packages are absolutely probably the best thing that I've seen for the several months that I've been involved with Bellator and Metaterra. Matter of fact, I'm just going to play the clip and let you see for yourself the offer that they put on the table. Now, do understand, there are only 20,000 Project X nodes. I don't know how many are left. There are only 20,000 of those available, the ones I just showed you. There are only 200 of these packages available. And it's going to end. So if our IPO hits tomorrow, what you're about to see is done. Might they extend it? Probably. I don't know. All I know is if you like what you're about to see, you better move on it. Because these pre-IPO packages, as soon as we're not pre-IPO, our IPO is hitting, we have our ticker system, they're done. But let me show them to you now. Prayerfully that IPO takes, towards the end of the week, or they may extend it. I don't know, and I can't speak on that. But in any event, let me show you what's on the table right now with the pre-IPO packages. Here we go. Oh, hopefully you guys can still hear me. My wife called me and I think knocked me off. There we go. Never let them see you sweat. Tell you every time.
Wake up! Don't let this slip by. The biggest opportunity of the year has finally arrived. To the most relentless, visionary community in the space, your moment to build the future is right now. Let's break down the Bellator pre-IPO infrastructure launch packages. Start strong with the starter package. You get 2 Miracle Pay nodes and 3 Project X nodes. That is a retail value of $6,000 slashed down to just $3,000. You lock in a massive 50% savings. Scaling up, the Builder package delivers 1 Guardian node 3 Miracle Pay nodes and 3 Project X nodes. $9,800 retail value for only $5,500, saving you 44%. For the serious visionaries, the Elite Infrastructure Package is your best value. Secure 2 Guardian nodes, 7 Miracle Pay nodes, and 4 Project X nodes. Retail is $17,000, but today it is yours for $9,900. That is an incredible 42% savings. And for the ultimate leaders, the Limited Founder Infrastructure Package. Command 5 Guardian nodes, 15 Miracle Pay nodes, and 10 Project X nodes. This is a $43,000 retail value for $25,000. Another huge 42% savings. But act fast. There are only 200 founder positions available. This isn't just an upgrade. It is your empire. Claim your nodes, secure your rewards, and take your place at the top. The network is launching. The time to move is now. Secure your package today, and let's build the future together.
Bellatorlife.
Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to give you a breakdown on this. Let me show you. Right here, these are the Project X packages I just went over with you. But these are the pre-IPO packages. Here's the insane thing about this. Those of us that are in, we spent $6,000 to acquire 3 Project X nodes and 2 CPU nodes. $6,000. You can get all that for $3,000 right now. Are you kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think people are really grasping. Well, we have people getting. I'm getting excited. That's a 50% savings. 50% right off the bat. The builder package, ladies and gentlemen, we paid retail $9,800. For those of us who have, you're getting 3 CPU nodes, 3 Project X nodes, and a Guardian node, which is one of the highest paying nodes that we have. It protects the whole ecosystem. And we paid $9,800 for it. You can get it for $5,500. That's a 44% savings. The Elite Infrastructure Package, 7 CPU nodes, 4 Guardian nodes, and 4 Project X nodes. $17,000 retail value. For those of us that have that amount of nodes, we paid $17,000. You get it for $9,900 right now. 42% savings. And the founder infrastructure. Congratulations. I won't say the individual's name that's acquiring that. But the founder infrastructure package, as you can see, 10 Project X nodes, 15 CPU nodes, and 5 Guardian nodes. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of us who have that amount of nodes, we paid $43,000 for it. $43,000. But as you can see on your screen, it is $25,000 today. That's a 40% savings. There's never been anything offered like this in the history of nodes being available to our company. And you can see right here the CPU nodes. Just so you see, we even have our own crypto cards as well. So let me let you guys know that the only thing I want to touch on in the comp plan, because I want you guys to understand that this company is set up, it's mind-blowing. It's almost like everything I've learned, everything I've been through in the last 40 years in this industry is all lined up for right now, for this particular opportunity. You can earn 5 ways. It's actually more than that, but 5 ways, 15-level pay plan. What that means is you're not only earning from the nodes that you acquire, You introduce this to me, you're earning from my node as well. I can quit the business, but I'm still earning from my node and you are as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're building this for our legacy. This can be your last build. You don't have to worry about the company failing. You don't have to worry about people leaving, right? The way it's been designed, you're going to win either way, okay? Direct commission simply means that, again, remember, you share this opportunity with me. Direct commission means if I purchase a CPU node, and remember, I got 5 of them, that means you just made $225 times 5 right off the bat. And if I purchase a Project X node, if I got 1, you made $250. If I got 5 of them, you made $250 times 5. Are you kidding me? Direct commission. Then we have team binary profit. It pays to infinity. There's no bottom to it. Pays from the volume on your lesser leg. All of this is happening simultaneously. You know what I'm trying to say. So, for those of you that have experience in the industry, understand that most companies have either a unilevel pay plan or a team binary pay plan. We have both operating and overlapped at the same time that you're getting paid from. That'll hit you about 1 in the morning. Don't worry about it. We have matching bonuses where you're earning from your direct referrals binary profits. Are you kidding me? And then we have rank advancement bonuses that work like this. This is mind-blowing. Number 1, we have 5 ranks: difference maker, winner, leader, champion, and legend. Champion and legend is squared off in green for a reason that no other company in the history of home-based business has been able to do. Now remember, this isn't about the marketing side. I just have to share this with you so you understand that if you choose to share, ladies and gentlemen, first decision is, can I do this? Or do I want to do it? The next thing you need to understand is we're going to teach and train you, lead and guide you on how to. What you're seeing is what we do. What's just as important as what we do is how we do what we do. So we have a full-blown training every Saturday. Don't worry about that. We're going to show you how to do it from a technological standpoint and for those of you who want to share. But understand this, sharing it with me, you shared it with me, and then with your friend. Congratulations, you just became a difference maker. Right? Now, you have 3 people, 3 difference makers, you just become a winner. That's just 3 people who shared it with 2. Are you kidding me? But now, as a winner, you're getting a $500 rank advancement bonus or rank promotion bonus. You have 3 winners, you become a leader. You're going to get a $2,500 one-time rank advancement bonus. Are y'all with me? You have 3 leaders, you become a champion. Congratulations. You're going to get a one-time $10,000 rank advancement bonus. And you have 3 champions, you're going to become a legend, then you're going to get a one-time $50,000 rank advancement bonus. Congratulations to all of our rank advancements, right? But what I want to bring your attention to, as soon as you're a champion and legend, you're put into a $50 million bonus pool. Let me share something with you. I noticed for a fact there's no company in the history of this industry that has ever been able to come close to that. They tout a $1 million or maybe a $2 or $5 million. I've heard of $5 million. But a $50 million bonus pool, the reason why we can do that is because obviously our comp plan is designed right. Our technology is phenomenal. But it's because we're on the right side of money. We're not we're not having bots trade for us. Guys, we're dealing with transactions. That's what you and I get paid from. Transactions which are happening right now, even as we speak, 24/7. Been happening before us and will continue to happen after us. That simple, right? So that's what I want to share with you on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand in conclusion, you just witnessed Miracle Cash Amount has created technology through a company that's rock solid, 8 years old. But then we have the marketing arm, which is Bellator, which has a phenomenal compensation plan. It is a ground floor opportunity with no attrition, which is mind-blowing, right? So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys hear. Matter of fact, tonight, I'm going to skip for sake of time. That was a message from our CEO. I want to let you know this, okay? Because we're doing this again tomorrow. Coach Favors does Mondays. I forgot what the title. He has a nice name for it. But Monday at 8 p.m., you have an opportunity to share this with your friends, family members, and co-workers. And then Tuesday afternoon at 12 noon, we have a call with hundreds of people on it It's called the Power Call. Ladies and gentlemen, that's also another opportunity for you to allow us to share the blessing of Bellator with your potential prospects. So understand, you don't have to do all that. And then we're also going to train you and show you how to do the basics as well. So with that being said, I want you to understand that you have an opportunity to participate in a new era of finance that's here. And you know what? For sake of time, I said I wasn't going to rush. If you got to go, you can go. I've got to show you a moment of this clip with our CEO. With our CEO, this just came out. And I promise I'll close. I don't have any more slides to show. But I'd be remiss if I didn't show you this, guys. It's Sunday night. What the heck? This is our CEO. Where's he at? Where's this at, guys? What's the title of this clip? I want you to pay attention to the writing on the wall. Listen closely and remember the name of this company right here.
I'm with the CEO of Wall Street Capital, Doug Anderson. Doug, welcome back. And I understand you have some news to break.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Wall Street Capital Partners has been around almost 30 years now. And I can't think of a better place and a better person to announce this news to. It's very exciting, a first in our history. But we have opened a new subsidiary, Wall Street Capital Partners Asset Strategies. And this new subsidiary is majority owned by Metaterra Holdings, which is associated with another company, which we know is Miracle Pay and Miracle Chain. Now, what does Miracle Pay, what are they known for? As I've explained before on this program, they are experts and leaders at payment systems for crypto. So using your wallet, paying with your phone, transactionally from POS machines and over the internet. So they're the leaders in that. There's another thing they do. They do tokenization. So they're experts at that. And as you know, we're now focused on tokenizing one of the largest real-world assets in the world, which is an airport in Bucharest. We're working hard at that. But there's another one that may even eclipse that, which is we're going to announce right now. It's very exciting. It's called a TINU token, after the founder of a very strong, probably one of the fastest growing companies in Africa that's very successful, an oil and gas company called Owando. And its founder and chairman and group leader is Wale Tinubu. So Tinubu token. And what this token represents is an African fund. We're tokenizing an African fund that is going to be backed by very substantial real-world assets out of Africa. And the first that is going to be inside that fund is we're going to start with $200 million worth of oil reserves from Owando. Mr. Tinubu has decided to move forward on putting those assets into this fund, and it'll be followed by about $1 billion in oil reserves. Now, this will be the first token of its kind by oil reserves, so it's going to make a first there. But then it's also open to other assets, real-world assets. And why? Well, it makes sense. Africa is loaded with natural resources that can be brought to bear in that substantial growth market. And Africa is one of the fastest growing markets in the world. It's a $3 trillion asset economy there. And we want to be a part of it. And this new growth platform is I think, going to lead that future, and it's going to be a tremendous, I think, tremendous growth success for investors as well.
So, how will this happen? And will it be across the whole continent, or will there just be certain countries involved? Or explain the logistics of it.
There's kind of a saying, Wale Tinubu is from Nigeria, and as Nigeria goes, so goes the continent of Africa.
Okay.
And so this is a really good place to start. It's an amazing executive to start with. I think he's probably the most successful and dynamic CEO of Africa. His uncle happens to be the president of Nigeria. So we're starting with an amazing family. And yes, it is a token that will, and a platform, an investment platform that will benefit the entire continent. And there's nothing to say that we can't accept assets from other countries on that continent. We want to help that continent grow. We want to benefit from that growth as investors, and we want to share that, and we want the participants to benefit from it as well.
So what's your pitch to investors? This is real credibility. Like, how do you convince them that this is a good place to invest?
Well, in a way, it's kind of like talking about crypto itself in the beginning, trying to explain, hey, this is early, but this is the future, and this is what's going to happen, and it did. And those that got in early benefited enormously. I'll tell you, sometimes I participate in conferences and things like this, and humble people come up to me that are very wealthy, and I say, what kind of business are you in? Oh, I own a couple of tow trucks. Tow truck got you this kind of wealth? No, I was an early investor in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I was really disciplined about it. I kept buying it and kept it and held it, and boom, here I am.
It's amazing.
Like, wow. Well, this is the same thing. I mean, you cannot argue with facts, and the facts are Africa is the growth market story. 3 trillion in assets. You cannot ignore that. And it doesn't have a coin like this, a stable coin like this. The world actually doesn't. So this is a first for that as well. And to start with a man like Wale Tinubu, I think is a very positive sign. I mean, he's taken his company, Oando, from nothing to now one of the dominant companies in that continent, very successful and profitable and growing. And he's going to use the proceeds of his earnings on this to grow Oando. So it'll have a multiplying effect.
So what's next then for the coin?
So we're moving quickly with a pilot of, as I said, 200 million. It was a bold move and brave for Wale to step out like that. But this is what we're doing, and we're moving very quickly in getting this going.
Okay. Well, keep us posted on it, which I'm sure you will, Doug.
Definitely.
Thank
We'll be
you
back
so
to
much.
talk about it.
Yeah,
thank you. Great to see you.
You heard 200 million barrels of oil that's in the ground. I want to give you guys an opportunity to hear from the CEO of Oando. A few seconds.
Talking about your vision for Oando. And he began to share his vision about building a world-class indigenous oil and gas company.
When you decide to do something audacious, everybody doubts you. But as soon as you show it can be done, everybody wants to back you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting a glimpse into multi-billion-dollar conversations. And with that being said, hopefully you decide to join this new era of finance where technology, ownership, and people are coming together. At this point, we have 3 types of people. And again, I appreciate your patience. There are times where I just want to go through as much as I can And you know what's funny? I have double the information that I could share with you. That I could go another hour on this ecosystem. But again, my purpose was to give you enough information so you can make an educated decision to do what? Assume an equity position tonight. So we have three types of people. The number three person says, listen, it sounds phenomenal, but it's not for me. If it's not for you, I appreciate that being known and said in advance. Because I tell people, listen, don't get a headache, don't have a heart attack, or let your hypertension kick in about making a basic business decision. You're either in or out. Because we are rolling. The person that invited you, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how you know them, but I can tell you if they're in Bellator, they're rolling. All right? They're running like an Amtrak train with no gears and no brakes. We don't even have time to take any prisoners because we're shooting the wounded, okay? But if you're a number three person, thank you for taking time out while the award show is on and all that stuff. Beautiful Sunday evening. But at the very least, I want you to get back with the person that invited you. And I want you to thank them. And I say that very, very sincerely. You want to thank them for sharing this information with you. And at the very least, let them know who you may know that might be interested in an ecosystem like this so we can get them on tomorrow evening with Coach Favors, Dr. Favors. Number two person has questions. Number two person, listen, I tell everybody, get in where you fit in. Get an opportunity. Get back to the person who invited you. Get their link. Assume an equity position. Review that information. At that point, we don't have any more information than you do. Then your questions will be more pointed towards the opportunity to make more sense, and we put you in a private community where you can do so. Who this presentation was for, however, is the number one person who said, Mr. Brown, it is a lot of information, but I feel something here that I need to get in the way of this tsunami of finances that's about to potentially hit. Well, listen, number one person, I want to be the first to congratulate you. Number one, get the link from the person that invited you, get positioned tonight. Then you go in your own back office and decide what you want to get and when you want to get it in reference to the notes that I shared with you this evening. And there are even a few more back there as well. All right? So with that being said, thank you so much again. My name is D.Brown. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure to share this phenomenal opportunity with you all. And I look forward to seeing each of you on our call tomorrow night with Dr. Favors, sharing the blessing of Bellator with your potential prospects as well. All right, guys, God bless. We're going to end this particular presentation with our team chant. And I had, let me make sure. All right, still a ton of you still around. And I closed the chat, guys, because I wanted everybody to pay attention to that information that I was about to share. You know, as always, it's going to take me a second to unmute this puppy. So, as of right now, if you want to unmute and help me on this Sunday afternoon end this presentation with our global champ, Bellator Billionaires, you can do so right now. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
Bellator Billionaires.
All right,
Bellator
Bellator
Billionaires.
Billionaires.
Bellator Billionaire.
Bellator Billionaires.
Bellator billionaire. Let's go.
Bellator Billionaire.
Bellator Billionaires.
Bellator
Bellator
billionaires.
I love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. See you tomorrow night. God bless. Bellator Billionaires.
Bellator Billionaire.